As a group studying intercultural communication on college campuses, we began to become curious about what students thought on this campus about having a foreign professor. So we went on campus to the UC and asked a mix of people 2 different questions.
First question was, have you ever had a foreign professor?
And the second question was it a good or a bad experience to have that foreign professor?
Have you ever had a foreign teacher before?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so my next question is, what is your preference on that teacher?
Like about the teacher?
Yes, like how did you feel about having that teacher? Like what is your views on it?
As long as they're good with what they teach, I don't care what the ethnicity or race is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're smart and you're good, like my physics teacher who's Turkish was really, really good at physics, understands what he's talking about, makes it clear to me.
Good.
I don't care if he's Turkish, American, German, Spanish, as long as he's good at what he does.
Okay,
Cool.
all right, well thank you for
All
your
right,
help, man.
thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Right, go.
Okay, hi. So, have you ever had a foreign professor?
I did.
Okay, and my second question is, what is your views on having that teacher?
Well, I don't really have any preference, but as an international student, I feel like because they're foreign professors, they might understand like some difficulties I'm having, like language and time and not being so familiar with computers and stuff like that. Maybe, but I don't really have a preference per se. So.
Okay, well, I mean, did you find that the teacher that was teaching you, did you find them to be, like, was it harder for you to understand them?
Not at all.
No?
No. Maybe it's because I'm pretty good with accents because I have one myself. But
It's a very nice accent.
thank you.
Yes.
But no, it wasn't difficult at all. It's just normal.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, hi. So, have you ever had a foreign teacher?
I have.
Okay, and and my second question is, what is your preference on having that teacher?
Well, I personally like her. She's my minor is Japanese, and she's from Japan. And I personally think that foreign teachers are more capable of teaching you more about the world than like an American teacher. And like even if they've studied, or if an American teacher has been outside of the country, I feel like foreign teachers have more of the know-how how to explain how things work outside of America, not just in America.
There was no like complications with like having that teacher. Like there was nothing harder to like with her accent maybe or
No.
anything like that. You pretty much understood her.
Yeah, she's lived in America for I think 10 years now. So she's married and whatnot. So she's lived here for the most part. But in my Japanese class, we have another student teacher who just came from Japan. Like she's only been here a year. Her language, her accent is a little hard to understand, and she doesn't like English is still an issue for her, but she does well. So,
Okay, good.
so it's not too bad.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Like,
All right.
All right, have you ever had a foreign professor?
Yeah, I actually did for my global perspectives class.
Okay, and was that a positive or a negative experience for you?
You know, going into it, I was a little bit concerned because of her dialect. You know, she was a little bit hard to understand, but it really helped out in the long run because we did a group project where we actually evaluated countries and their stereotypes. And you know, most Americans have stereotypes of certain countries, but it's interesting to see the stereotypes of, you know, she was specifically from China, and her stereotypes of other countries. So it was just good to have an extra added value perspective from her opinion. But I definitely thought she was able to bring a lot of culture and, you know, some stuff that she talked about that, you know, that we never really, you know, focused on because of our upbringing, you know, being centralized in just the United States. But overall, I definitely encourage, you know, individuals to try foreign professors, for sure.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Hey, have you ever had a foreign professor?
I did. Actually, my Econ 201 and 202 professor, Jafar
Okay.
was, I couldn't remember the country he was from, but he was foreign. But did you have a positive or a negative experience with having that foreign professor? At first, it was tough to understand what he was saying, but other than that, I mean, the more I went to class, the more I kind of just tried to dial in and listen. It became a lot easier. Definitely overall positive.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Hi. Have you ever had a foreign teacher before?
I have.
Okay, and was that a positive or negative experience for you?
I had a pretty positive experience with it. It was an economics class, so it was a little hard, but it was fine. It wasn't bad. So yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Have you ever had a foreign teacher?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, and was it a positive or negative experience?
It was a positive experience for me.
Can you tell me what your views on about it?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of times people have issues with language and not being able to understand an instructor. And in my experience, it's all about being able to get the content. And so I think that after a few minutes, I can typically understand what somebody is saying. It's just about being more intentional. I think oftentimes we try to use language barriers as an excuse to not being able to get content, but they're experts in the field. So I'm there trying to get my knowledge. So if it requires me to make adjustments and try to understand them, then that's what I do. I will say that the experience that I can think of most prominently was one of my first was in math. And so for me in mathematics, you know, you're talking about numbers and symbols.
What year
and
was
so
that?
That was honestly my first year of my undergraduate experience, which is like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I've had many faculty after that, but I believe that, again, you know, many of the students in that classroom use that as an excuse for not doing well, as opposed to recognizing, I mean, if you can read the symbols and the letters or whatever, I mean, we all can communicate in some way, shape, or form, and you figure it out. And so I never allow something like language barrier or cultural differences to be a hindrance for me when it comes to education. So I think it's about working together to figure out how we make it work for both parties involved.
Yeah. All right, that's great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Well, have you ever had a foreign teacher?
Yeah,
Okay, was it a positive or negative experience for you?
A little both, but maybe more towards the negative side, just because of the accents.
Yeah.
Having to pay attention more to understand.
What you're saying. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yep. All right, have you ever had a foreign teacher before?
Yes, I've had multiple.
Okay, and what was it a positive or negative experience for you?
No negative experiences that I can think of. The only positive experience would be, I think it forces you to focus and ask more questions if you don't understand what's being said. So incidentally, it might improve the concentration of students, force them to get more involved if they don't know exactly what's going on. It wasn't necessarily the case with me, but I can see how that would benefit people.
And you think your grade can improve more too from
Sure,
that?
yeah. If it forces you to take an extra interest, I don't think there's anything wrong with having to try a little harder to understand. If anything, it's good practice.
Good. All right, thank you very much, man.
Absolutely.
All right, have a good
Have you ever had a foreign professor before?
Yeah, I did for my global perspectives class.
Oh, okay. Did you have a positive or a negative experience with that teacher?
I'd say I had a positive experience just because I got to find out more about her culture, where she came from.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.